Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I've missed you. The channel keeps growing. Thank you. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing and commenting. It goes a long way in boosting this channel's analytics. Yeah. So today I would like to share with you 5 most profitable fields of law a young lawyer or anyone actually looking to practice law can engage in. And this disclaimer right before the video, this is my own personal experience where I have come into and where I can tell, yeah, there's actually money here. So stay tuned to the end of this video. Number 5 is going to shock you. Okay, so let's jump in. Number 1, litigation. Yeah, litigation is a very stressful area of law, but litigation really has some good money, because I've seen a case where $83,000 was awarded as damages, and as a lawyer you get to keep 10% of that money, so that's like $8,300. Yeah, and he still asks for cost of the litigation, so he still has more. You get? So litigation, yes, it may be hard for you to go and build that sort of client base that will bring those cases, but litigation, when you stay true and true to litigation is going to pay you. This is my personal experience. I've seen it and I've benefited from it. I've gotten cost awarded to me like 50k, I've gotten 500k, I've gotten a lot. So just know, litigation, it may be stressful from the beginning, but litigation is a very, very profitable area of law which a young lawyer can engage in. Yeah, and I know you have seen a lot of lawyers that have suffered, like Lai Wasabi skits, but litigation, if you stick to litigation, can actually do what you are looking for. That's provide those financial money bags you are looking for. Yeah, so chase the bag through litigation. Number two, criminal law. This also involves litigation, but it's quite different. If you say litigation, I'm talking about the general court practice, but criminal law can actually give you that financial money back. See, when you are doing criminal law, you don't have to push it to court. So especially if you're on the defendant side, you look for a settlement, and a settlement or a plea deal which could earn you a lot of money. And depending on your client base, depending on the offense or the crime or what is involved, your client base could really help you and give you a lot of money, and that's what we're looking for. Yes, so criminal law in general, so it doesn't matter what agency handles it. It could be the EFCC, it could be the police, it could be the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, but there's a lot of money in criminal litigation, and lawyers that have benefited from criminal litigation can tell you the same. Yeah, so do that criminal litigation. Number three, corporate practice. So corporate practice involves handling companies or company related matters. So corporate practice also involves registration of businesses and companies and all what you have that is not not a fleshly person, but it's a juristic person. So corporate practice, I've seen people make money from registration of companies, setting up companies with 20 million naira share capital and still participating in the initial public offering. So yeah, corporate practice also helps. And being a corporate practitioner, you can review company documents, you can review company agreements, you can draft company agreements, and that would actually bring you something without so much of the hassle of litigation and criminal practice. Because if you go back, cast your mind back to criminal practice, yeah, there's a lot of stress involved in criminal practice, but corporate practice, you just have to do a lot of reading. I guess that's the crux of corporate practice. But corporate practice is a good area. You can also be a company's legal officer and still make some money on the side. So corporate practice is somewhere you need to look into if you are also thinking of making money in law. Number four is by far for me the easiest of all of them. Number 4 is property law practice. Yeah, property law practice is also a diverse, also very multifaceted, but I will dwell on acquisition of properties. So acquisition of properties or sale of properties or even property management, even though there is a Supreme Court case that says lawyers cannot really be property managers, but that I feel is still something to be challenged based on the scope. I don't feel they were so clear. I feel there are ways around it, and from being a good lawyer, from the moment you hear any new development, you start thinking of ways around it. So something I would think is a way around it is maybe getting a power of attorney to act in the capacity of the landlord. So being in the capacity of the landlord, you can now carry out property management practices that will not really be frowned on. They just want lawyers not to engage in things that will soil the nobility of law practice, but that doesn't stop you from some sort of property management. But property law practice, where I would say is the money bags, acquisition of properties. Quite recently, my office handled a 70 million naira acquisition, and 10% is going to be charged off the deed. You get me? So 10% being charged off the deed, and other things you can make on the side, because you have to perfect the documents, you have to get the C of O, you have to do other things. So there are other miscellaneous charges that come in property practice. This is by far the easiest, because a good lawyer can draft a good deed that just consists of 3 pages, stating the most important facts or stating the most important terms they want to be captured in that sale of property transaction, and that goes a long way. That goes a long way. You can do that even in your sleep. So yeah, property law practice is quite lucrative. Yeah, number 5, if you have stayed to the end of this video and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. 87% of the views on this channel are generated by viewers that have not subscribed. So please subscribe, like and share. Who else do you know that might find this video interesting? Share it to them. Do you have a colleague or a friend that is thinking of studying law or practicing law in Nigeria? You can recommend this channel, or practicing law in any jurisdiction, because the law itself is dynamic, and I know they'll always find a way to apply in their jurisdiction. So number 5, back to the list. Number 5 is intellectual property.
So guys, sorry, my mic went off again. Yes, I apparently realized that the battery ran down and there was no sign, there was no indication that it was going to go off. So I was talking about intellectual property here. Intellectual property, everything you can think of, any idea, both for a creative work or an actual physical work. It involves patents, it involves copyrights. I will have to do a video on that soon enough to be able to give you more insight. But intellectual property is a very undersaturated field in Nigeria. There are few lawyers that specialize in intellectual property matters and cases. I like to draw your mind to a case between Fearless and Predator. So they were suing, one was suing the other for passing off, that's creating a brand that looks very similar to that other brand, so that they can harvest or make money off those people's goodwill. So I'm sorry you missed all this, and I'll be sure to charge my mic before the next video, before the next recording, and record in short clips. I apologize. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much for staying tuned to this video. This channel loves you.